Hey and welcome to episode 32 of Dragon Age Origins. Last time we left off, we explored the main floor here, down here, and we went to Dust Town, figured out we found out that Dust Town is basically like the where the poor people live, or I should say more where the castless live, so people who don't fit in anything. They live there, and they're basically. It was said that they're the children of like criminals and like bandits, and so they're kind of cast out. And right now we are here. We went to House Harrowmont because I've. I think you have to decide which side you're gonna be on. So you have to either side with Bhelen to and let him become king, or you side with Harrowmont. And I decided, of course, to side with Harrowmont because, given our history with our dear brother, it is not that amazing, and so I don't trust him at all. And Harrowmont was the only one that knew that we were innocent and was with us and like helped us out at least a bit as much as he could. And also, I said in the last episode, I was gonna go to the Shaperate because I've got some missions going on there that I can go ask the Shaper
Legion
about.
of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Bhalen's colors. Our prince has Orzammar's deadliest warriors behind him.
Just because he's wearing their colors? Or they are wearing his colors? I think it's one further, right? Yeah, this is the chamber of the assembly. And then Shaperate should be here. Let's go in here then. There we go. Is there anything around here?
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
What?
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Ooh. In the House of Learning. Track down the thief who stole a tome from the Shaperate. A Shaper reported the theft from the Shaperate. The thief has a bald head and garish tattoos, suggesting he is a brand from the slums. We can take a look at that.
Perhaps you should stand over there instead.
Oh, okay. I thought we may be able to talk.
Excuse me, I can't chat.
Okay. I'm guessing they're like too busy. Oh, there's a book here.
As you say.
About the Legion of Steel. Paragon Branka vanished in the 11th year of the reign of King Faltor, and with the Paragon, the entire process for golem manufacture was lost. Expeditions were sent into the deep roads to track him, but the Darkspawn drove them all back. Finally, in the second year of the reign of Queen Geffa, 126 golems, the entire Legion of Steel, were sent to recover the Paragon. None returned. The Shaper of Golems refused to support any further attempts to find Caradin, and the Paragon was officially declared dead. The Shaper but never recovered from the loss of an entire legion of golems, and never again allowed an all-golem regiment in the deep roads. From Stone Halls of the Dwarves by Brother Genetivi Chantry Scholar. Well, that's interesting because we have Shill, and they're a golem. So, I wonder how that comes into play and where Shill is from exactly.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I could try to find them.
You can't go into the deep roads and find some lost Tig by yourself. There aren't even any expeditions planned until they settle this election. Otherwise, you need special permission from the Assembly or some great lord.
I'm a Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Bhelen and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
Nah, lost to memories. Find the records of Ortok's family in Orton Taig. Orta has asked you to search for the long-lost House Orton records in Orton Taig. She believes that one daughter of the house may have survived the Darkspawn and that she is a descendant of that daughter. If Orta finds proof that is true, she will be raised up as a noble. Ooh, that's quite interesting. Perhaps we could find something along the way. Is anything here? It's a Shepherd scribe.
Are you looking for records of the Grey Wardens? We have many.
Ooh, really? The Shaper himself is here as well. Someone here as well.
I'm sorry, you'll have to bother someone else with your questions.
I am sorry. Let's talk with the Shaper then.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
I am no stranger to Orzammar, my Lord Shaper.
Your exile is written in the Memories, Warden. I am sorry, but Orzammar cannot be your home, nor I your Shaper. We must all obey the Ancestors' rules.
I would like your permission to open a chantry here.
That is an odd request.
Yeah.
Have you grown so fond of the Surfacer's ways in your brief absence?
I come on behalf of Brother Burkle, a cleric of Redcliffe.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the Ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
Ooh, so we have cunning, persuade, and intimidate. That's interesting. What's the difference exactly between cunning and persuade? What harm would it do to let him preach?
He seems a charitable man, but that is a thin thread on which to tie Orzammar's traditions. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more?
Tell me some of Orzammar's history.
Perhaps the books here can make up for the lack of attention you paid your elders.
Ooh.
We were a great empire once, and our land stretched through the deep roads. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
Where is Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements.
Ooh.
It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
So Kal Sharok is angry at them for abandoning them? How did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Branka, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the Darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle. But Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
Golems like this?
Yes. We have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery.
Did I have this? Let's go back to my first question.
Please, speak your mind.
I think that's it then. I'm sorry to disturb you. Goodbye.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
There we go. So, the Shaper has granted Brother Burkle his permission to start a small chantry in Orzammar. Brother Burkle will be quite happy to hear this. So, I'm guessing we have to go to him and talk about it. It looks like there are quite a few things here. Wall of memories. Something got updated. So, I'm guessing it's one of these? I'm not sure which one it would be, so I'm guessing it's the bottom one. Orzammar has carved a legacy from stone, but history is more than the comings and goings that fill the streets. These caverns are old cuts and well-traveled. The true will of the stone is revealed far from the halls of politics and commerce. No, I think I read that one. Okay. So, the blessing of the Shapered is given only to those who walk with the stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure. But those who desire to work in memory must first honor it, document the stone, protect her, and present a new history to the memories. Only then will the blessing of the Shaper be upon you from the Shaper's life. There's also a book here.
It shall be done.
That got updated. Dwarven Faith. I'm guessing we read this already. So I'm guessing it's the bottom one. No, I believe I read the bottom. Okay, so we are the children of the stone. She supports us, shelters us, offers us the most priceless gift of the earth. The worthy return to her embrace in death, becoming ancestors. The unworthy are cast out, unable to rest, that their failings may not weaken the stone. So it has been since this earliest memory. We live by the stone, guided by the ancestors, who speak with the voice of the provings, and whose memories the Shaper keeps forever in lyrium. Ooh, so they write it down with lyrium, it looks like. We do not accept the empty promises of heaven as the wild elves do, or vie for the favor of absent gods. Instead, we follow it in the footsteps of our paragons, the greatest of our ancestors, warriors, craftsmen, leaders, the greatest examples of life spent in service to our fellow dwarfs. Our paragons joined with the stone in life, and now stand watch at our gate, ushering in those servicers privileged to visit our city. We know that there is no greater honor to hope for, no better reward for an exceptional life, as told by Shaper Xibar. It's interesting. Let's see about... Oh, there's a book there as well. Did I miss it? I did. Here we go.
It is begun.
In praise of the humble Nog. I once served a human some Nog, and he proclaimed that it was like eating an unholy onion of pork and hair. The idea disturbed him so much that he declined to finish his servings and made himself content with some stale bread. Of course, this only goes to show that servicers or human or otherwise have tragically unrefined palates. The Nog is surely the most delicious animal I have ever tasted. Only a dead man would not salivate at the thoughts of a tender morsel of roast Nog melting in his mouth. The Paragon Baron although his house has fallen, shall always be remembered for discovering the wonders of Nug flesh. Admittedly, it was discovered only out of desperation when he was separated from his legion and lost in the deep roads for a week, but we won't hold that against the good Paragon. While Nug pancakes and nuggets, my own children love these, are the nug dishes one encounters most often. Nug can be prepared in other interesting and elegant ways. The late King Ansgar Adukin adored nug seared on a hot metal plate and finished in the oven and dressed in a cream sauce flavored with deep mushroom. You must be careful when using the mushroom from the deep roads because they often grow close to darkspawn bodies. They say that this is what gives them their unique flavor and intoxication scent. But it also means that consuming too many of them may result in curious afflictions to the mind. From In Praise of the Humble Nug by Bragan Tulban, honored chef, to Outhouse Adukin. That's interesting. It's also very funny that they call it nuggets. So instead of like chicken nuggets, they have just nuggets. Let's see about this. The Legion of the Dead. We heard about them quite a lot. Yes, Stone. Greetings, friend. You will fight ceaselessly in the Legion of the Dead. Motto of the Legion of the Dead. The Legion accepts all. So I was told by one of the legionnaires himself, a dwarf who waited quietly at the entrance to the deep roads for the rest of his units to assemble. They gathered slowly, each equipped with a heavy armor and fine weapons, each painted with grim tattoos applied at their funerals the night previously. For that is the nature of the Legion. They are all dead, and any dwarf may join the Legion so long as he is willing to give up everything he has. The funeral rites are somber. A final goodbye is said to the family and loved ones. Any martial goods are dispersed to their heirs, and last words are said, and then it's done. The new legionnaire marches out into the deep roads, never to return. The Legion fights against the Darkspawn to the last, striking one final blow against the monster that have claimed so much of their homeland. Many join the Legion to clear the slate. Criminals join to avoid punishment. The dishonored join so that their house and families need not suffer on their behalf. The bankrupted join so their debts might be forgiven. A very few join for a last chance at glory, but the Legion takes them too. This group hopes to reach the fabled fortress of Bonamar, once the Legion's home associated with the greatest of the Paragons. Bonamar is a holy place. It's lost the last great blow against the Dwarven kingdoms, and its recapture would be a glorious signal to all of Orzammar. But capture it or no, all these warriors will die in the deep roads. It is a sombering thought, and I now know why the dwarves say the Legion's charge is the battlefield's most frightening sight. They have nothing left to lose. From Stone Halls of the Dwarves by Brother Genitivri Chantry Scholar. And there's some stuff here as well. Another book. And a traditional dwarven folk song. Nug sits in the mud. Nug wiggles his ears. You catch the Nug, he slips away. Nug gets to live another day. Nug sits in the mud. Nug wiggles his toes. You hook the Nug, he slips away. Now the Nug runs off to play. Nug sits in the mud. Nug wiggles his nose. You tickle the Nug, he laughs away. Now the Nug sits on my plate. But it's called Nug Pancakes, a well-loved dwarven nursery rhyme. That's funny. And there's also a chest here. Let's see what it has. Gloves of Diligence and the Search of True Profit. You can get that. There we go. Okay, I'm guessing we can go out here now and go to the assembly, possibly. Talk with some of the lords, and perhaps we could like convince them that we didn't do anything. It was Bhelen all along. Let's see how they'll react. I don't think we ever talk with these
You
guys.
can expect no welcome from House Iduken.
No.
How dare you show your face after what you've done to House Iduken?
I didn't do nothing. Here we go. Oh, there's someone here. I believe that's the guy from Bhelen's men. Yeah, Fartog. Yeah, there we go. Should we talk with him? We can just save here and see what happens.
I heard you had returned to his exile. What insult do you mean by coming here?
Ooh. So we can either like be on his side. But I don't think I will. So, only to tell Bhelen that the next time we meet, he dies.
I won't be passing that message on, Exile. Your brother will be king soon. He's the one who decides who lives and who dies.
We shall see. Can we still go in?
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Sure. Here we go.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service
Why
trade.
does he even
The
want?
proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Bhelen's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Ooh, can we talk with him?
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. So it's true. The exile has returned, and we are to treat you as a respected guest.
Do as you wish, Steward Bandalore. You always have.
It's the one perk to this position, child. Or should I call you Warden? I'm glad to hear the surfacers are making use of your talents. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Is there any way I can break this stalemate?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Bhelen or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
And that's it? We can't talk about anything else? Let's see.
Warden, I'm afraid the assembly is still locked in debate. What can I do for you?
Who is in the assembly?
Only members of the noblest houses are eligible. Those who claim a Desha, General, or Paragon among their ancestors. As steward, I am a non-voting member. I'm not permitted to voice opinions about the vote, although I am forming some about our members.
How is this election looking now?
At this point, they're stone for stone. I wouldn't put any coin on the outcome. It's still up in the air, though. One big surprise, and it could go either way.
Interesting. So I'm guessing we can go check out the royal palace next. I hope Bhelen is not there. Don't really feel like looking at him. I think it's here, right? Oh yeah, royal palace. Let's see. There's a few royal guards here. I'm guessing we can't go in there then. Something here though. I think we checked all of this out already though. In the beginning of the game. Oh! Hello. Okay, can attack them. And perhaps you can do this there, Shale. There we go.
That's finished.
And I can do that. Oh, I didn't mean to target Alistair, but that's okay. I can do critical strike. You can do hurl rock, perhaps. There we go.
Very well.
And target them. The mighty blow. Oh, no, you're not gonna do anything, sir. Can do thunder arms.
As you say.
And then can do this here. There we go. Someone here still.
Yeah, that's right. What did I tell you?
Ooh, I leveled up.
What's going on? By the ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
It's a good thing we got them then. We've got a lesser health poultice. And money, and more money. So I leveled up. I could put some in Constitution. I'll just put it all there for now. I can do a rally or anything else down here. Destroyer or two-handed sweep. So few stand against the savage blows of a destroyer. Every attack sunders the target armor, reducing its effectiveness for a short time. The effect of multiple blows are not cumulative. I can get that. Sure. There we go. And I think that's it for here then. Is there anything? Doesn't look like there's anything here. Don't highly doubt there being anything here. Oh, there's a chest.
I shall do it.
Maybe I can come here with Liliana and she can open that up. Wooden crate though, with a silver chalice. Ooh, many of King Endring's belongings have been rushed into storage, including trophies of his long reign. Among the boxes is a small glass phylactery. The area is unnaturally cold. Dark shapes swirl around a slip of paper within the vial. Well, let's take it. The glass fractures at your touch, of course. Let's continue. Hello. Okay, I can do critical strike. You can do this perhaps. And then you can do that. And the dog can do maybe overwhelm. And then with you, Morrigan. Perhaps I can do this. What are you guys doing?
Right.
There you go. You can do shield pommel. I can do critical strike. And you can do Winter's Cross, Morgan. And arcane bolt. Alistair, perhaps you can take a lesser health, or actually we can heal him up. There we go.
I am ready.
And Shale, can do this. I can do mighty blow.
Send me.
There we go. Can do thunder arms. Alistair, you take a lesser health. Shale, perhaps you can do this. Okay, Morrigan, you can do Winter's Cross.
This one feel good.
Can I do this? I don't really think so. No, it won't target. It will target me and the dog. But perhaps I can turn this on. There we go, and we can do lightning. There we go. An arcane bolt. Alistair, you can do shield bash. I can do pommel strike. There we go.
No time to die.
Is that the best you've got?
I can do thunder arms.
Let's end this quick.
Okay, ooh, you're not doing good. You can take that. And you can take that, Alistair. There we go. I can also take a health poultice. There we go. Perhaps the dog can take this.
Dying, please.
There we go. Can do war cry, perhaps. You can do shield pommel. Okay, you're healing. That's good. Can turn this on. There we go. Maybe you can do this. Okay. And then you can do Arcane Bolt. Okay, and Winter's Cross. Yeah, it fucking affected me as well. I can do Shield Pommel. You can do nothing. Same with you. Do Winter's Grasp. Ooh, okay. Please take a health bolt as me. You as well. Lesser health is good enough. You can take a health poultice, and perhaps I can heal me up as well.
Yes. Right.
There we go. Attack it. Arcane bolted. There we go.
Increases our path of destruction.
That was easier than other times. Got a greater nature self, ice self, defender shield, and a scrap of paper. And the codex updated. The black files. Okay. So it says, binding the first corpse walker. Let the dead no longer serve your wind. Bind by your true name. No mortal or hand shall reach you. Kill Fiasgad, revenant of provision of an only son. Death beyond death is no longer your stepping stone through the veil. Andraste hold you demon and bind you your rage for eternity. Ah, is this the... I think we read this somewhere before. So if the second corpse walker and the fourth, you deny our dead their rest, and so you always will be hounded. Let the strength of our union bind you by your true name. Quamefa Kaget, revenant of and perversion of an honored father. Though no spirit will undo what was suffered, Andraste hold you demon and bind your rage for eternity. Can heal us up a bit. There's something here as well, a small metal round shield. There we go. Is there anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. We went in there. What about this side? I think it's the main room, right? Yeah. This is the throne of Orzammar. Caged in stone. The inscription is an old and worn, overlooked by most as a carving detail. The beast is foreign, but the need is familiar. Home and hearth suffer beneath strength and strangeness. These new kings of this Ferelden are better as friends than strangers, so we resist on their behalf and work together with their uses to bind with the stone. They no longer fear their skies, and we further our trade above. Lured from above, cornered and corralled, freestanding in position, a fourth signals the throne, stasis for the beast, so long as a king holds the throne, so long as a king wills it held. Inscription circa 590 exalted. I wonder what that's talking about exactly. So this is the main room where the king is at. And then we go from here. I'm guessing we can't go in there because... Whoa, what was that? Because I think that Bhelen is residing in there. Here we go. So, we checked out everything up here, right? Yeah, so we can go down to the commons. And we can go back to the Dust Town, so we can interact with one of them. To find out who stole from...
2 years tomorrow.
Who?
By all the holy sodding ancestors. How can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha! I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
Ooh. Who's this dude? Can we interact with him?
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Who's Ogren?
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branka. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
Who's Branka?
The only Paragon in the last 4 generations. Quite an honor for a girl from the Smith caste.
Why did Branka go into the deep roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
How did she become a Paragon?
She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a Paragon.
Ooh.
They moved Branka, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
What were you and Ogren arguing about?
It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
Why does Ogren care so much about Branka?
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
Is that what you two were arguing about? Branka?
It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
I think we did this already. Can do this real quick.
She's still
There
his
we
wife,
go.
isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him.
So Branka was married to the drunk?
Well, before she was a Paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Ooh. I should get going now.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Perhaps we could speak with him. I don't know a whole lot about this Branka. But yeah, I was saying before that popped up, we can go to Dust Town and then also to, I think it was the thing, right? The Tapster? Oh no, to Burkle to tell him about it. Here we go. So Brother Burkle's right here. There we go.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper.
He agreed to let you hold prayer meetings.
Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
Oh, someone leveled up? Ah, it's the dog. Well, we can get some constitution and dexterity for now. There we go. And let's see what it says. With your help, Brother Burko has started a chantry in Orzammar. Okay, now we have to go here to find the thief. Here we are. So it said that it was across his forehead, right?
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
What makes you think I'm looking for anything?
I'm no fool. Nobody just wanders around in Dusttown. You're here looking for me, and I don't like it. You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Oh, here we go. Can attack him and do critical strike. Alistair, you can do shield pummel. And perhaps Morrigan, you could do Winter's Grasp. There we go. Target them as well, shield and the dog.
And order. Back.
There we go. Did he drop anything? Approving receipt? Keep looking for the thief. The thief didn't have the stolen tome. The receipt on his body suggests that he may have passed it to someone in the proving grounds. Okay. So I'm guessing we have to go there then for that. Let's get out of here. And I want to look if Ogren may be there so he could tell us something about Branka. And what has happened exactly. I'm guessing he may be here. Let's see. Ah. I think this is him.
What do you want? Oh, I heard about you. The exiled princess returned in Grey Warden's armor to put the past behind her. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Harrowmont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest.
All the rest? Of whom?
Power-hungry deep lords. The only real concern they have is whose ass gets the throne. You don't have to play dumb, Warden. Their lackeys only come to me when they want something. Well, if you want the secrets of a paragon, do the work and find her.
Is that who Branka is? She's the Paragon?
City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the deep roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. What's it matter to you, huh? You trying to find out her secrets? That what Harrowmont sent you here for? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He looking to take it for himself? A little lost technology of the ancients to throw Bhelen right out of the picture?
What if I genuinely want to help you?
Too little, too late. But it's a nice gesture, Warden. If you think your boot kissing will get you an in I don't have, you're welcome to try this. I know both Harrowmont and Bhelen have been asking about her. 2 years without a peep, and suddenly now they want to start looking. If you find out what they know, it might just put me a step closer to finding her. Or sit here and have a drink. It's all the bleeding same to me. Barkeep?
Wow, can we talk more with him, perhaps?
Sod off, Duster.
No, we can't. Okay. I'm guessing we could perhaps make our way
Back
to
so
the proving
soon?
grounds.
The proving is not finished.
Ah.
What happened?
No, never mind. I'm just heading to the provings now.
May the ancestors guide your arm.
Yeah, we can go there now. And perhaps talk with the warriors that were supposed to fight for Harrowmont, but then backed out. Should be right around here. Here we go. Did they have to say anything?
Good day to you. Is it true all the wardens are dead?
Most of them.
So, Shale, when you were standing there all that time, did you sleep?
I have no need to sleep. My body does not tire or do other flesh-related functions.
But don't you get bored? Wouldn't you want to dream at least?
I do not dream. This is what it does when it sleeps. It paws its nose and mumbles incoherently.
Yes, of course. I thought we all... Huh. You watch me?
I watch all closely when they are still at night. There is little else to do.
For hours and hours?
I count the breaths. It helps to overcome the overwhelming urge to crush their faces while they sleep.
Well, I won't be doing much of that anymore.
Yikes. She was just watching us sleep.
It shall be done.
Ah, we got another thing here. Key to the city. Okay, I believe it's this one. Pursuant to Order 5, La, no dwarf of indeterminate caste may conduct business in the commons. This was subsequently clarified by the Assembly to mean that the owning and operations of stalls or kiosks is limited to those of identified and approved house names with traceable ancestor lineage of at least 3 generations. Exceptions include individual purchases of goods or services from established stalls or kiosks, provided the funds are presented at the opening of the transaction. All the discretion of the stall or kiosk owner. I'm sure you understand the need to maintain strict quality control over all goods and services that flow through Orzammar, especially when we are making a concentrated effort to encourage outside investment. The standards of Dusttown and that of the common brand are simply not sufficient. Your trade permit is hereby denied. From a judgment of the Assembly Trade Council regarding Medall's reclaimed wares. Ah, there's another knock here. Can take it. Even though I don't think it's necessary anymore. So let's head to the proving grounds. Here we are. Perhaps we could talk with some of the people here.
The proving grounds. Bloodsport entertainment for the masses at its best.
This is so exciting.
Wouldn't it be great if Bhelen fought Harrowmont in a proving for the throne?
I don't think it's fair. One is way older than the other.
Can you believe how many families are supporting Bhelen?
It's sad, honestly.
I heard a bunch of Harrowmont supporters dropped out at the last minute.
I can't wait to see Piotin fight again. I was splashed with blood last time. It was amazing.
Ah, this is Basil.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me?
What are you talking about?
Well, that sounded genuine. If you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything.
Are you Basil Harrowmont?
I am. So if you're not here to... How do you know who I am?
If you tell me what's happening, I could help you.
Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other.
And now Bhelen's found out?
I thought we were discreet, but she's married to a Desher's heir. He'd kill me if he knew. So I have to slink out of here like some worthless brand for fear Bhelen will tell the whole city.
Would you fight again if your secret was safe?
There's no way to guarantee that. I appreciate the thought, but they really have me over a shaft here.
What evidence does Bhelen have?
They have letters. Love letters Revelka wrote me. If they were made public, she'd be disgraced. Her husband would cast her aside, and I would be lucky to be allowed to die in a duel.
Did Bhelen threaten you himself?
No. One of his fighters, a woman named Miyaja, she's the one who threatened to expose me.
I can get those letters back.
You'd do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. If you can make sure that evidence doesn't get out, I'd be happy to fight in the proving. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
We can do that. So... retrieve Basil's love letters. Basil was having an affair with an Aducan girl, Revelka, even when Revelka was promised to another man. Misha, one of Bhelen's fighters, has found these letters and is going to expose Basil and his love unless he stays out of the provings. If you can retrieve the love letters, Basil will agree to fight for Harrowmont again. Okay, so now the question is, where would they be? There's someone here named
Watch for
Ferric.
Piotr Idukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the 1-season record.
Is he related to Bhelen Aducan?
You sodding bet. First cousin, son of Endrin's own sister, and a second cousin from the Canoldan Iducan line. When he was alive, Prince Trian called Piotr the horns of the Iducan army.
I guess you watched a lot of provings then.
Better believe I saw your victory last year. Nice one. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean.
So wait, our exile happened a year ago already? Have you ever fought in one?
Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior.
What are the rules?
They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets.
Isn't that nice? Now, if you'll excuse me...
I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
Okay, let's see... Did we talk with him?
They say Darvianek Volny killed his own brother, then went free by winning a proving.
So I'm guessing we can't go in there. It doesn't look like it. Or maybe there's a metal door. Does it lead anywhere? Ah, one of them is there. Okay. I was already wondering, like, we found Basil, but where's Gwydon at? Here we go. Let's see what happened with him.
I knew.
Oh, never mind. That's not Gwydon. We can target them and do critical strike, or perhaps I can do Warcry first. There we go. You can do shield pommel here, and then shield. You can target this man, and perhaps you can do this. There we go, and with morrigan. You can go here and do Winter's Grasp. And we can do that.
I shall do it.
We froze the bystander. Whoops. Okay, we can do Arcane Bolt. I can do Critical Strike. And you can target that one shield. And Alistair, you can do Shield Bash. There we go.
Send me.
And there's this one left. Oh, this one as well. There we go. Let's see what they have. A volume of the Shaper's history. Ah, that's what we needed. So we have to return the tome to the Shaper. Okay. So he was the guy that had it. I see. Someone called Jurtrin as
This
well.
deal was all their making, Warden. Technically, I haven't done anything wrong. We have no business. Unless you want to make a few coins. Not that I'm suggesting anything, but you're holding the prize now.
You don't care who you get this Shaper tome from?
I have a collector in mind. Who actually sells the item doesn't matter. It's your call. As always, I let people make their own decisions.
I should shut you down hard.
Yes, well, I'll keep my nose clean until you're long gone. How about that? I'm just a businessman. I merely exploit opportunities. I won't get in your way.
Okay, we can return the book in a bit then.
You looking at something? Get out of here!
Okay. Ah, Gwydon is here. Let's talk with them.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before.
Are you one of the fighters?
Was. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor me today.
Why did you resign?
It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source Lord Harrowmont's already given up the throne. Bhelen called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes.
That's ridiculous. Harrowmont isn't conceding.
Oh? And where did you hear this? That's more reliable than a member of the Assembly.
Ooh. We could kinda lie about it, but I don't know if that would be fair. Let's do this. Dueling, and I'm rallying honorable fighters for Harrowmont.
I suppose there's nothing his lordship would do without consulting Doolin. He's always been his top man. Maybe you're right. I'm just a warrior. I've always tried to stay out of these noble politics. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Bhelen's lying to me for his own gain, I'll...
Get back in the provings and knock some heads?
Maybe I will at that.
There we go. So, we got that already. Apparently Gwydon heard that Harrowmont had given up on the throne, and Gwydon did not want to be seen supporting a loser because it would shame both him and his family. You let Gwydon know that Harrowmont had no intention of conceding to Bhelen, and he has agreed to correct some schools and approving for Harrowmont. That's funny. Is there anything here? No, it doesn't look like we can go in there. There's something here though, perhaps. Let's see.
It is begun.
Hello.
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told me they hope to see you in the provings. It's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action.
Informal? You mean illegal?
Assembly restricted, not illegal. All that ritual lets nobles rationalize it's not a blood sport. They don't like commoners using the arena for petty squabbles. Some of us prefer an honest spectacle. And sometimes someone needs a good beating, and all that talking gets in the way.
I'm not sure. Not my interest. Goodbye.
I trust you'll keep the offer to yourself.
Perhaps we could talk to him later about it. But for now, I think I'll end this episode here. And maybe we could go back to the guy who gave us this information about the fighters and tell him about what Gwydon thought what was gonna happen, and we can tell him about the love letters with Basil, and see if he maybe knows this woman called Miaja. Miaja, is that her name? And then also we have to return the tome to the Shaper. We can do that in the next episode as well, and we can also go join the proving finally and see who we have to fight and what will happen from there on out. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.